Computer running slow? Has your machine somehow acquired a life of its own?
It's alive!
Or do you simply desire a deeper and more meaningful connection? Be one with your operating system. It's Arizona's computer guru, Mike Swanson, and his show starts now. Listen in, chat in, and watch live streaming at gurushow.com. Want your voice to be heard? Call in with your questions and riddles. The number is 520-790-2040. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030, KVOI, The Voice.
Hello and welcome to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. 790-2040. Somebody left that fan on again.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
There we go. There we go.
It will never happen again.
Yes, it will.
Not while I'm here.
Oh, man. So if you want to be part of the show, get your part of your 2 hours of free tech support for the weekend, 790-2040, 520-790-2040. We're here to help you out with whatever's going on, technologically speaking, and, make it better. We'll make you love your technology again.
Make you happy for the weekend.
It is a weekend.
It is.
Okay. Sorry. I never know what day it is.
It is Saturday.
I can just never.
The beginning of the weekend.
I can't tell.
All days.
They're all the same day to me.
Yeah.
Every day is Monday.
They run together.
Yeah. Looks like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Nah, man. Nah. Nobody ever says anything like that to me. All right, 790-2040. Let's see if we can help you out. So ITT Tech, no longer exists.
Nope.
Poor guys.
Funny how that works.
It's weird.
It is.
Somebody needs to pick up that phone. Because you called it.
I did call it, yeah. Well, I mean, the signs were, the writing was on the wall, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor ITT Tech.
I immediately thought of you. Tried to get a hold of you.
Yeah, I saw Ken send me a Hangouts message. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Hey, you're the guru, man. Saw that, called it." Yeah, and it's unfortunate because it's good and bad.
Yeah.
The bad part is that it's an option that is off the table, and the good part of it is it's an option that's off the table.
Yeah.
Because I think that there was a certain amount of specialization that was really not good for ITT Tech.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that came out knowing stuff that was so specific that the minute something changed and they had no idea they were just lost at that point. And so I'm glad that there's a resolution here, and that it looks like they're working on forgiving all of the student loans, and
that would be good.
It's going to take a while,
yeah.
But because government. But so hopefully by the time people retire, those student loans will be forgiven. Oh my goodness! Let's go ahead and take a call. If you'd like to be part of the show, 790-2040. Hello, Penny. How are you?
Hi. I'm just shocked. I heard you come on, and I thought, well, I'll just try. All right, you're speaking to someone who can order things online and do a few things, but not real computer, great. I had a desktop. It's about 5 years old. It's a pretty good one. I had some computer person out where I live. It was just not performing, really slow, and she claimed she took 2,000 viruses off of it. She changed me to Windows 10. And it was okay for a very short time. And I told her last time she was here, I am getting 40 to 80 or more unwanted emails every day. And I know that a lot of them are third-party senders. They just push a button and send out thousands or whatever. But the strange thing is most of my business is not done under my name that I always use, Penny. And every one of those says, "Hi, Penny." And right. I'm getting sick of them.
Okay. Who's your mail provider?
Well, I have Google, Chrome. Is that?
Okay, so what's after the @ symbol in your email address?
Oh, it's CenturyLink.
Huh, well,
yeah.
There's your problem.
Well, I live at Saddlebrook. We don't have much choice out here.
You always have a choice. Not about who your internet provider is, but you always
Yeah.
have a choice on who your mail provider is.
Okay.
So in order to properly fix this, you need a new email address.
Okay.
So I would suggest that you pick up one of the providers like maybe Gmail
Yes.
or maybe an Outlook.com address.
Okay. My kids have been saying I should go to Gmail.
So Gmail's not bad, and they have better spam controls.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll help get rid of some of the unwanted email. The CenturyLink provider email is horrific. And if you would like to do, I mean, you're saying do you have a business?
No, not really. I mean, no, not anything I do on the internet with it.
And the other option that I ask people to at least consider is that you could get yourself a custom domain. So you get something that you always own that is forever yours and only yours.
Uh-huh.
And then you can do all kinds of custom spam filtering and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
there's an option there, but the simplest and quickest solution for you is set up a Gmail account, and then you can tell that Gmail account to go grab all of your CenturyLink mail. And
Yes.
so anytime that there's new mail that comes into CenturyLink, it'll go and pick that up.
Yes.
And then that way it'll help you transition to a better email address.
And that way there's better spam filter on there that when it gets...
Considerably better.
Yeah, I tried the unsubscribe stuff,
Nah,
and
don't
I
do
gave
that.
up. That doesn't work.
Well, to a certain extent it will work for the ones that are legitimate,
Yeah.
but a majority of them aren't. And
Exactly.
and beyond that, some of them just use that unsubscribe as a confirmation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they even had a false thing up like, oh, let us check and see if your address is in our, files. Oh, no, it's not, But anyway,
It
the
is
last
now.
question. The last question is, I thought I was protected because I think the thing that I have here, probably have to go back, is, does WebRoot sound like a right name?
WebRoot is the one that came with it if you bought it at Best Buy.
Well, no, but...
But WebRoot is an antivirus, yes.
Yeah, and whatever I've got obviously isn't doing this. It's virus, but I wasn't aware that I need different things to, filter out. Is there anything else I should have for this problem?
All right,
as
so
far as
do you still have WebRoot on your computer?
I believe so. I've got to go back. Let's see.
So what we recommend is that you have a piece of software called Malwarebytes on your computer.
Okay, I think it is a malware. As a matter of fact, I just have to get it back on to see.
Malware is a type of software. Anti-malware is a type of software, but the specific one that we're talking about is Malwarebytes.
Yeah.
You can get it from malwarebytes.org.
Let's see. Here's the one I've got. If I click on it, it should tell me, and it's not.
Now, if you have the paid version of Malwarebytes on there,
Yeah, I do. Malware Byte.
all right.
Anti-malware, and I did pay for it.
So if you've got the premium version on there, then that should be fine, along with whatever antivirus you have on the computer.
Okay.
Now, one thing to keep in mind is to make sure that you don't have more than one antivirus.
Right.
So if you have WebRoot on there, make sure you don't have anything else that is also antivirus.
Yeah, I'm just looking, and I do.
You shouldn't. So
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was already on there because I didn't recall buying it or any. Would that have come along when she converted me to 10?
well, Defender would have been there.
Oh, no.
But so anti-malware and antivirus are two different things.
Right, okay.
So Malwarebytes and whatever antivirus you have is good.
Okay,
And that should keep you safe. Now, first of all, she didn't remove 2,000 viruses off your computer.
I know.
All right, so there may have been 2,000 traces,
Yeah.
but there's definitely not 2,000 viruses on your computer, at least not unless that thing was some sort of demon computer that burst into flames. It's just not happening.
Well, I felt like bursting into flames every day when I take them off because if I just press the one thing, they turn green and I take them off, but I have to go through and find what I want. So I know that Gmail would be better for that.
Oh, as far as the spam stuff is concerned, yeah. Just go ahead and fire up the Gmail account. If you need help with that, it's the service we provide. You can always call us up. We're here to help.
Okay.
So, because we do that whole same thing that person came out to your house to do. We do that during the week.
And as far as closing down the CenturyLink one,
Leave it
need to do
You're going to
that?
leave it there for a while, especially if that's your primary email address.
Well, that's it, because I would have to inform,
Right.
people.
So I would say you just let it sit around for 6 months or whatever
Yeah,
while people get
okay.
used to the new address.
Okay.
And you can even set up a rule that says when Gmail picks up the mail from CenturyLink, they'll automatically send a message to the person that picked up or who originally sent the mail.
Yeah.
Says, here's my new email address.
Oh, okay.
So you have all kinds of different options on how you
Yeah.
want to deal with that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and I may be calling you back or whatever, or coming in.
Well, we appreciate the call. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Have a nice day, Penny. Gmail. It's a great provider.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It's fantastic.
That's
It's
one of my email addresses.
Simply the best. Well, I don't know about that.
It's one of my many, many email addresses.
Let's take a moment to talk about our sponsor.
Let's.
That would be Perfection Auto Works. You can visit their new website at perfectionautoworks.com. You can visit them. You can get on the waiting list to go see them because they're really popular. But apparently they're fantastic. I think that, personally, I've been over there a bunch of times. I love them. I think they're great. Wonderful people. And you should go check them out. You can listen to their ad that's coming up next right here on the Computer Guru Show. It comes up right now because he has funniest ads on this radio station for sure.
Yeah.
790-2040. We'll be right back.
There's a backseat lover that's always undercover, and I talk to my daddy, say, send your AC till you're down on him, and it's sure to be changing ways. The big cheerleader, that's a real big leader.
Your computer guru, Mike Swanson, is here to help you tame that beast of a machine. Join the chat right now at gurushow.com or call in. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOY, The Voice. Your technology guru, Mike Swanson, is answering all your questions one by one.
Yes, science!
So chime in with yours. The website is gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show.
So have you heard that they're coming out with a new iPhone?
Yeah, I have heard that.
And man, people just do not adapt well to change. I'm telling you.
I can kind of understand, though.
Well, all right, come on. All right, so iPhone is coming out. Number 7. No headphone jack.
No.
Apparently that is a source of much anger across the internet.
Yep.
It's dumb.
I can understand it, as I said.
All right,
already.
so why?
Okay, so for one, I don't have an iPhone.
That's true, but
I have
why?
Android.
Why would you be upset about it?
So I use the aux port to connect it to my car. I don't have any other way to listen to like Pandora or something like that.
Okay.
So I know that a lot of cars, though, do have a specific iPhone Bluetooth thing going on. So that's kind of more for me.
Right.
The little earbud things, though, that they want to sell you are like $150.
And instantly lost.
Yeah, because they're not connected anymore by a cord. They're wireless.
You're going to see people with those sunglass keepers.
Yeah.
Put them on there just to make sure that they don't lose
And
them.
$150. That's a lot of money.
If you're buying an iPhone 7, you can afford $150.
There
yeah.
you go. Yeah.
If you're buying it outright. But a lot of people are going to group it in with their plan.
Yeah, basically, you can't afford it, then you shouldn't listen to it. There you go.
Well, that's for most things. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. But
Because I'm sure that a majority of those people with the iPhone 7 are the ones that are like, man, I can't put gas in my car today. Yeah. Good thing I got
Credit
this
card.
iPhone 7.
How much
There's-
are they?
To outright,
Yeah.
that's $850.
Okay.
They're pretty expensive.
I'd rather buy a laptop.
That's
that
like a
will
mortgage
last me.
payment for some people.
It's more than my mortgage payment.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is that they release a new phone every year and a half, every 18 months or whatever. And why? I don't know.
Well, and then they're going to have some earbuds wired that plug into the lightning port.
Right.
But then you can't charge and listen at the same time.
Oh, that's a terrible thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, such a first world problem.
All of it is first world problems. If you're buying an iPhone, all you have is first world problems. But yeah, I don't I don't know. I wouldn't drop that kind of money on a phone anyway. I think the most expensive phone I've ever bought outright was $100.
I don't like iPhones. Let's go ahead and grab a call here before he answers the other one here. Let's go ahead and talk to Tom. Hey, Tom, how are you?
Hi, how are you? I've got Windows 10, and I've got, by your recommendation, malware, the premium version, which I use to scan every day. You mentioned before antivirus. Is Defender antivirus, or what should I use for antivirus?
Yep, doesn't really matter. Defender's okay as long as you have Malwarebytes on there. It's decent. Otherwise, you can get one of the other free antiviruses that are out there. Panda, Avira, any of those.
Okay, but you're saying the malware is okay.
Yeah, the Malwarebytes in conjunction with any antivirus is generally good enough.
And you would say, like, Avira, for example, is antivirus?
Correct. So either Panda antivirus or Avira, or what are the other free ones we like? Avast makes a free one that's decent.
Right, okay. I appreciate that. I thought with malware I was covered, but apparently I'm not.
Yeah, they're two separate, two separate categories.
Yeah,
so you want to make sure that you're protected on both sides here.
I'm a slow learner. Thank you for your help.
No problem. Thanks for the call, Tom.
It's like either adding oil or gas to your car. They're two different products, but both need it for your car to run right.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll go with that. I will. This is Guru approved.
Yay, it's been approved.
Let's go ahead and talk to Robert. Hello, Robert. How are you?
Hey, Guru.
What's happening?
Yeah, the iPhone 7 accepts headphones through the lightning charge port at the bottom.
Right.
You can either buy the ones with the adapter, or it comes bundled in the box. But you don't have to use Bluetooth.
This is true. I guess Tara's complaint with the lightning port is that you can't charge and listen at the same time.
It's not my complaint. It's his complaints I've seen because I don't own the iPhone.
Do they not do a pass-through on that? I wonder if they do a charge pass-through on that. But
I don't know.
I haven't seen it yet. But,
So
there's a bunch of other options.
What they need is a charge port duplex.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Pass-through. That would, or a way to sort of hub that. I mean, it is lightning port. You should be able to hub it, but
You should. There's no way that I'm going to let my kid listen to stereo iPhone in the car. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I guess that is a valid complaint, because like my daughter, there are headphones that are, because she always loses her headphones. There's a set of headphones that are always in the car. She can't remove them from the car in case she forgets her headphones, so that she can not blast crazy kid stuff in the car. I totally get you on that.
Yeah, well, I have chargers in 2 different places in my house, and I carry one in my car, wall chargers, and I have the car charger.
Right.
So there's something to be said for redundancy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know. I think for kids, at least for the younger kids, the Android platform is considerably better as far as the ability to control that platform. You know, to be able to say, this is the times that you can use the phone, this is the applications that you can run, and be able to monitor that stuff. But, you know, I don't know that I definitely wouldn't buy my daughter an iPhone 7, by the way. She breaks every phone that she's ever had.
Well, if you buy her a Galaxy, won't you break that?
Yeah, but it's way cheaper to replace.
Oh, I get it. I have a senior in high school, and 85% of them would be cut dead with anything but an iPhone 7.
Yeah, well, you know what? They can go get a job. That's my take on it. But, yeah, I appreciate the call, Robert. Thank you very much. Let's talk to Bill. Bill, how are you?
Pretty good. I've got a question on these, I think they're scanners, like when you get gas and all, someone might be scanning your information.
Card skimmers?
Yeah. Is there any way to prevent that? And, you know, what do they look like, what to look for? I'm not sure what.
You used to be able to see them, but now they're putting them inside. Apparently a lot of places have gotten the master keys so they can open up the pumps while nobody's looking and put the skimmers inside, and you'll never see them. And unfortunately, even the banks and credit card companies are telling you, here's what you should do. You should never use a debit, and you should always use a separate card that has a very low balance, or just go pay cash. And that's seriously what they have said that their official response to card skimmers is. And I think, well, that's not very good. I don't know. You're supposed to be able to look for the seals, but because there's security seals that they're putting on them that if you break them, you can tell to make sure that nobody's been inside the unit.
So what do you call them? Card skimmers?
Yeah, they're called skimmers. And actually, there's a map online where you can see where skimmers have been found. And there's even a map for Tucson on where skimmers have been located, so you know which gas stations to not go to. Also, they say don't use the ones that aren't in direct view of the cashiers. So if there's one that's like farther away and it's on the backside, those are more likely to have a card skimmer on them. So unfortunately, just like with everything else, it's time to go analog and start paying cash for everything.
Yeah.
But I totally understand the no debit, all right? Because one, you don't have any recourse. If there's a debit transaction and the PIN was used, that's proof enough that it was you. So credit only at the pumps, and make sure that, like, I have a separate card for gas, just because I like to be able to track my fuel costs.
Kind of nice.
So you can go get a prepaid card that is just for fuel, which is a great way to deal with that. And that way, if somebody does get your information, the most they can get out of it is whatever you've allotted for your fuel expenses for the week or for the month or whatever.
Right.
But card skimmers are a real threat. They are all over the place, especially on the northwest side of Tucson. So if you're on the northwest, you're much more likely to be a victim of card skimming. But it seems to be mostly around the highway.
Well, for now, I'll just allow extra time for cash.
Yep.
Not a bad way to deal with it.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for the call. Yeah, this card skimmers are pretty gnarly.
They're scary.
Can I share? Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Sharon. I was just going to say, can I share a quick story?
Sure.
Take 2 seconds. Weirdest thing happened along these lines. I was getting gas the other day, thinking, okay, it's going to take about the normal 13 gallons, right? So
Right.
I'm watching the pump. Gets halfway there. The pump goes dark. It just shuts off.
Fancy.
And I'm like, what's going on? The display comes back and it says Wayne online. I'm like, this can't be good. Who is on my pump? Who broke into my... So I'm freaking out thinking that, one
the
of these
name.
skimmers or something, somebody named Wayne is operating it from a distance,
The name of the controller.
That's what I was thinking. But it was freaking me out. Yeah, I've already got my discount.
Right.
It only filled it up halfway when it shut down. I'm like, it was like Twilight Zone. I didn't know what to do. I got in my car and I left.
Yeah, so the controller that runs the pumps is made by Wayne.
Okay.
And at some gas stations. Depends on which one you go to.
Well, I didn't want to name
Speaking of gas pumps, though, I think I wonder if anybody from the Department of Weights and Measures happens to listen to the show, because I went and filled up at a Shell, we'll say, and I have a 16-gallon tank, and it was mostly empty, but not completely. And according to the pump, it took 18 gallons. So I think I got screwed.
There's been videos where, there's this one where the guy is filling up his tank, and he's like, hey, just so everyone knows, you might want to check this. He pulls the pump out. He's still holding it down. There's no gas coming out of it, but it's charging him on the pump.
See, what's up with that? That's wrong.
How do they really regulate that, though? I don't know.
Well, they're supposed to have a sticker. Now, I noticed that these pumps at the Shell did not have the Weights and Measures sticker. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. All right, let's go ahead and toss Ann in here. Come on. Hello, Ann. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I'm looking at the Malwarebytes site, and they have a 1-year subscription for 3 Windows PCs. I only have 1 PC. Is there a way to get just 1?
Well, yeah, it's the same price though. You just happen to get 3 if you want, or you can donate those to friends and family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but unfortunately, minimum price. You just happen to get 2 free ones if you buy 1.
Okay. Yeah, because all my grandkids have Macs. So.
Well, Malwarebytes is also available for Mac.
Okay. Okay, but that would be a separate.
No, it's the same thing. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, still you should have it on your computer. Even if you don't use the other 2 licenses, that's fine. But you should definitely have that on your computer.
Okay, because I notice, a lot of times when I'm on, one of the sites or something, or Facebook, things stop scrolling, or especially Google Chrome locks up a lot of times, or not the Google, but when I go to sites from that.
How old is your computer?
My computer is, I think, about 3 years old.
And which antivirus do you have on there?
The Defender. I just changed to Windows 10.
Okay, so you have the built-in Defender?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go ahead and download it and run a scan. I'm curious to see what happens. Now, when it freezes, when you say it freezes, does the mouse stop working too?
No, except the scroll thing will not.
Right, but you can still move the mouse cursor around?
Yes.
Okay. I would, run the scan and let me know what happens with that.
Okay.
Because the curious part for me is that if it's 3 to 4 years old, you could have a failing drive, which would cause all kinds of sort of freezes, but it would be
solid state.
Well, good. So that's probably not the case, even though those also fail, but they fail differently.
Okay, I'm not very tech oriented, but so I was looking for. Wait, is that Sophos protection?
Sophos?
Uh-huh.
So that's an antivirus also. So if you have Defender and Sophos running at the same time, that's no bueno.
Okay.
So
I don't know where that came from either.
It probably came with the computer.
Okay, so...
Because as far as I know, nobody ever downloads Sophos. But so you'll want to uninstall or disable Defender or uninstall Sophos, one of the 2.
Okay. Okay, and then I'll run the Defender scanner and...
Run the Malwarebytes scan. That's more important than the Defender one.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks for the call, Ann.
Bye.
If you want to be part of the show, you can. 520-790-2040. This is your remaining hour and a half of tech support here. We'll be right back.
Whether you're dealing with hardware installation or, heaven forbid, a virus,
No!
Mike Swanson is answering all your questions one by one. So call in or chat in with yours. The website, gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030 KVOY The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is a Computer Guru Show on KVOI The Voice.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. That's 520-790-2040.
Good job.
That's so hard to do.
Gold star for you.
That tempo just doesn't work.
I know.
Got to speak faster. You got no time for this. There's only 2 hours in this show. Nobody got time for that. Okay. So you got a Galaxy Note 7. According to the government, you should stop using it.
Probably right now.
Right. Or increase your fire insurance. Because apparently these phones are hot.
Yep. And we actually did talk about that last week.
A little fiery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, if you have a Galaxy Note 7, it's very likely that it's going to burst into flames, and you should probably not use it immediately, according to the government.
Yeah. The Consumer Product Safety Commission.
Yeah, but what do they know, really?
Isn't it kind of like a no-brainer? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, you look online and you say, hey, look what happened to my phone. It exploded in my pocket and I have third-degree burns.
and our official position is don't use it.
Don't do that.
The government says.
You know, I was going to continue using it until the government came out and said no. So, no, I saw pictures online of people on fire. So, no. Yeah, if you get a Galaxy Note 7, you should be making contact with your cell phone provider to have that phone replaced. Switch to a different one. Get an older version even. Right?
I guess, yeah.
Something.
Who was the caller that was looking for that? Was it Mark?
That's Mark.
Mark that was looking at the S7 or the Galaxy 7? Note 7?
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Mark.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, yeah.
Weekly caller, Mark.
Yes.
Mr. Teacher.
Now he has to
linguistics guy.
He has to start his research all over again.
I know. And there was like 6 months of phone calls. Which phone? Now what's he going to do?
You know, and I was considering it too, and then that happened. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't blow the money on that.
Like I said, Samsung's going to take care of you. Although it's looking like Samsung's going to lose $1 billion over this.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
With a B.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. But, they can afford it. Samsung's got the money.
I'm glad they do, because
No, I don't.
I'd like 0.5% of that, thank you.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Yep.
Okie dokie. There was something. Oh, yeah, Netflix. This is sent in. This is a listener send-in.
Oh.
Netflix wants to pay you to binge watch kids' movies.
Wants to pay you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all over that.
It's a part-time, 1-year position for you to watch kids' movies and then provide some ratings so that they can figure out whether or not it should be recommended for the tykes.
I am so down with that.
Yeah, we'll put.
Unfortunately, I don't have time for that now.
Nope. But if you want to be able to binge watch Netflix all day and get paid to do so, there is a way that you can do that potentially. So I'll put the link up on Facebook and socials and show notes.
There you go.
And then maybe you can apply and be a Netflix binge watcher.
Of children's movies.
Yeah.
Which are a guilty pleasure of most people. They don't want to admit that they go and watch the kids' movies, especially if they don't have kids.
Right, because it just
do.
comes off as a little weird.
Yeah, but they do, because they're good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have a certain fondness for those old shows that you used to watch when you were younger.
Mm-hmm. Even the new stuff. Like the Sunny with a Chance of Meatballs or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think they're talking more
one?
like series shows. Which
yeah.
are going to be terrible.
I had to watch one that was an anime. It was like a Sailor Moon ripoff. And I was exposed to that for a good 3 solid months.
I tell you when I lost respect for all kids' series programming. Ren and Stimpy.
That was one of my favorite shows.
Nope. I was just like, nope, not doing
You know
this.
what, though? Looking back at it, I have no idea why my mom let me watch that.
No kidding.
No clue
It was a
why.
terrible
I don't know.
show.
I don't know why she would let us watch it. It was bad. And now I watch it, I'm like, I don't want my own kids to
Right.
see this. But I watched it when I was a kid. I'm like, yeah, Powdered Toast Man.
Yeah, I think all of that stuff, a lot of the like Nickelodeon Studios
Cat
stuff
Dog.
is just terrible.
Angry Beavers was another one that I won't let my kids watch, but
Right,
I watched
just because of the name.
Angry Beavers. It was good.
No.
I know a lot of the theme songs. That was my time. I was a 90s kid. That was my heyday.
Oh man.
But I won't let my kids watch a lot of that because, it's not. I don't know how they considered that child appropriate for a lot of them.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's completely not child appropriate, and especially on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so like YouTube Kids even.
Yeah.
So there's a kids version of YouTube, in case you didn't know, that's supposed to be safer.
It is safer.
Yeah, the emphasis on but not. I mean, it's not safe.
I mean, you got to be a parent. You got to be a parent and check out what they're watching. That's really what it comes down to. You can't just trust a company to provide your kids with what you think is going to be appropriate for them.
What?
I know, right? It's
You mean
ludicrous.
you mean I have to be personally responsible for another human's life?
You know what? Yeah, you do.
Oh man. I don't have time for that either. All right, let's talk to Bill. Hello, Bill. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm lovely. What can I do for you?
Great. Well, I currently have CenturyLink high-speed internet, blazing 7 megabytes per second.
I thought you said high speed.
I'm sorry?
I thought you said high speed.
No. Well, my promotional period expired, and I didn't act quick enough, so I went online to see what type of offers they currently have going as far as promos. I found out that now my area is, I guess, capable of receiving 12 megabytes per second, which would fit my needs. Now, I did contact them directly, and after 30 minutes online, found out that they want to basically give me a new modem, an advanced modem, and charge me $30 for a technician to come out and plug it in, because basically it's a technical type situation. I explained to them that I had this first one shipped to me. I paid for the shipping on that, and basically hooked it up myself. It didn't seem to, to take much. I was able to do it fine. And then I also am kind of searching online, finding out that you can actually purchase modems online through Amazon or even Walmart that are compatible with CenturyLink with these speeds. And I'm just wondering, first of all, do they need to send a technician out, in your opinion, and charge me $30 to plug in this new advanced modem? How advanced is it? And if I were to purchase one online, are they in fact capable of being compatible with the CenturyLink service? And how do I coerce them into just giving me the service and buying the box, hooking it up myself?
All right, so it depends on whether or not they're doing a bonded setup. All right, so if you're just doing it's a single DSL line, then yeah, you can do it yourself, no big deal. However, a lot of times, especially if you're far enough away from their central office or the little box that's in your neighborhood, in order to achieve those types of speeds, then you have to do something called a bonded pair, which is effectively 2 DSL lines at half the speed that are combined together to make it happen. And they have to do some wiring on the outside of the house and potentially at the jack to make that happen. So there's the possibility that they're not lying to you.
Okay.
Whether or not that's the case, I do not know. But you could tell by the type of modem that they would like to sell you / rent you. Mm-hmm. And if you can get the type, then you'll know whether or not it's a bonded, because they have a different modem for the bonded stuff.
Okay.
So
I could get the model number and part number of, I guess, of the brand of that modem and do research to find out if, in fact, that's what they want me to use.
Yeah, you can just get the model, right? Because they only use one brand, and so if you get the model, you can Google that, and you'll find out whether or not it's a bonded pair modem.
Okay, there's currently something called a Zyxel, I believe it's ZYXEL, a PK5000Z.
Right, the Zyxel modems is what CenturyLink uses, all of them.
Okay.
So that's the brand. It'll be a different model if it's a bonded pair modem.
Okay, so the PK5000Z, when they're telling me this is not capable of that, does that sound correct to you?
Yeah, that's a singular. The PK5000 is a single DSL line. It is VDSL, which is the new, faster stuff. So it sounds to me like they're trying to push you into a bonded pair to keep you.
Okay.
So, I mean, where are you at? Which
rough?
I'm sorry?
Flowing Wells and Roger.
Flowing Wells and Roger?
Right.
Flowing Wells Roger, that's Cox? Cox / Comcast, because that's the city limits border right there.
Right.
I personally
Cox did come through and string some lines in the alley and actually cut CenturyLink lines when they were doing it. So you have a problem with them, but CenturyLink did come out quickly and repair the lines there. But so I do know Cox is in the area. I've been checking their speeds out well. An installation is $75, and so I don't know. I'm kind of between here and there.
If you're in the city, which you are, then thereabouts. If you're in a less rural area, then I would go with cable, man. I mean, the price per megabit is significantly better with one of the cable companies as your provider.
All right.
And I mean, you don't have to do the whole switch, but do switch everything like phones and all that stuff too if you happen to have it. But you might as well. And I think that the if your minimum plan is going to be something like 25 or 30 megabits for the same price that you're going to be paying 12 for 12. So yeah, you might as well just go with something a little bit better.
Okay.
The upside
So
is
you're-
the CenturyLink though is that there's no caps. So if you're not if you're not a real heavy user, then you're going to be fine. I would say the cable's your better bet though.
Just with like streaming Netflix and some other things, I noticed that it is buffered at times and it hasn't. So I was hoping it's just a little bit more speed is really all I need. We're not gamers or on constantly downloading movies. So
Yeah, I would go cable.
Go cable. Okay, I'll definitely search into that then and see if they can set some kind of deal, and we'll take it from there.
You know, what's funny is that I wish that I had the foresight to set these kinds of deals up with like Malwarebytes and the cable company and all this stuff, just because, man, I give them a lot of business.
You do.
But thanks for the call, Bill. I appreciate it. We're going to
Thank
take a
you.
quick
Yep.
break, because we have one more break to squeeze in before the top of the hour. We'll be right back.
Computer troubles? Need some advice? Call in now. Mike Swanson will be back after these messages. The Computer Guru Show, AM 1030, KVOY, The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. So back to the iPhone 7 for a minute.
Okay.
What? All right, so it doesn't have any headphones, and there's a reason for that, by the way.
Okay.
This phone is waterproof,
Oh.
so it kind of helps to not have big holes on the side of it. I mean, it's just helpful. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, don't get me wrong, Samsung does it. They have a headphone jack, and the phone is waterproof.
Yeah.
But whatever.
They wanted to set themselves apart from Samsung.
Right. I think they wanted to sell earbuds.
Yeah.
Because
That's what I think.
I'm thinking that had something to do with it.
Because nobody really asked for the headphone jack to be removed.
Right.
I don't think there was a huge calling for that.
Does it just seem to you like there's stereo cameras, a stereoscopic camera on this thing?
Really?
Look at this picture. Look at this. This is great radio. Look at that picture.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. See, everyone?
Yes. Do you see how beautiful that is?
So yeah, apparently the Twitter account for Apple is very new.
Mm-hmm.
They've not actually tweeted before.
Okay.
Oddly enough.
What's wrong with them?
What is wrong with that?
Get on that. Twitter's what, like how old now?
Yeah, well, Apple just started using it, and they made it a minor mistake, which is that they started tweeting features for the phone prior to the announcement at the press release.
Good job, guys.
And so Apple is, I don't know, I imagine that, Cook is kind of, I don't know how cool he is, right?
I don't know.
I'm sure Steve Jobs would have burned down a building in response to something like that. Maybe that's why they never used Twitter before. But from what I understand, Mr. Cook's a little cooler than Mr. Jobs was. I don't know. How would you respond? If you were head of this very large company, if you were, and you were like, okay, we're going to release a new phone, which seems to me that Apple's response to releasing a new phone is, let's just take a couple of features away and call it a new phone. And eventually it's just going to be a phone again, right? They're going to take the cameras away, and it's just going to be like the Motorola StarTAC. It's going to be only a phone. Maybe they'll buy Nokia, and they'll revive the old Nokia indestructible phones.
There you go.
Maybe. You never know. We'll be right back after these messages. Hello and welcome to the Computer Guru Show, 790-2040. If you want to be part of the show, This is where you call if you'd like to get your 2 hours of tech support each weekend, and we'll treat you like a person in the process. So 520-790-2040.
There you go.
It's still too slow. Still too slow. All right, let's go ahead and take a call here. Let's talk to Laura. Hello, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
That's good. I am technologically challenged, I'd say, but I want to get a Roku and get rid of cable or get rid of dish.
Okay.
Can you elaborate on that a little, and I'll just listen to you.
All right, so let me ask you some questions, because there's
Okay.
qualifying questions on here. What kind of TV do you want to watch?
I want to watch. I guess I'd have to buy one of those packages. A little local TV, news. Let's see. What I watch some cooking shows. I don't watch that much TV, and I should probably watch less.
Okay. So first thing I would do before you go cutting the cable and getting rid of whatever, make sure that the shows that you want to watch are available. Now, in many cases, news is one of those things that's pretty hard to get a hold of, at least real-time news. So most of the news sources, larger news channels will allow you to have a subscription for online, but it's kind of hard to get like national news online effectively. Now, local channels are something you can get through the Roku. There's a package for that where you can get locals. But the same type of thing is that they're a little bit different than probably what you're used to when it comes to watching air channels or cable channels. So you might want to experiment a little bit with that. I mean, the Rokus are cheap, though, and, of course, they work great for Netflix and streaming boxes.
I cannot remember the name of it, but there is a service you could buy. The person who told me about the Roku also told me about, you buy this package with this other company, and then they provide you with your local stations. And I realize I might not be able to get everything that I watch, but like I said, I could probably do with less TV.
All right.
Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, and there's a few services that are out there for that. And there's like Sling TV offers that type of.
That's it.
And there's an option for that as well. Now, I quit doing like DirecTV and cable years ago. I just decided I was done. And so you definitely see that your viewing habits will change. And you know what's lovely, though? No commercials. So it's just none, at least in the way I'm set up. Zero commercials. And I think that's wonderful. So I encourage you fully to look at that type of thing. Now, rather than Roku, I like the Amazon Fire TV better.
Amazon Fire?
Yeah, Amazon Fire TV. It's sort of like an Apple TV or a Roku. They're all the same type of product. I have, if you have a Prime account with Amazon, that it gets really helpful if you have that type of thing, as far as movie watching is concerned, because Netflix and stuff like that, it has a limited library, and Amazon does not. So there's a certain amount of trade-off there, but I think that in my particular case, I like the Amazon Fire TV better than the Roku.
No, I can watch that not on my computer, but on the television.
Correct.
Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't pay much for it. I only pay $35 a month for cable, or what do I have? I have Dish TV. But we don't have any really real options where I live. If you don't have Dish, you can't get anything. And I would just prefer to go with, since I've got the computer. Now, do I have to have a certain speed on the computer line that I have?
Yes, you're supposed to have, the rule of thumb that I try to tell people is 3 megabits per active device. So if you're going to have, you're going to be streaming a movie on, let's say, your Roku or your Fire TV, it would be nice to have 3 megabits at a minimum for just that function. So,
Okay.
and if you're going to have more than one TV or device running at the same time, then of course you're going to have to do some multiplication.
Yeah, so if I wanted to do my computer and the TV at the same time, I would need 6.
Yeah, at a minimum of 6, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll just make sure I have that. I can buy a bigger package for the internet than I have now.
Right.
And I
Sounds
don't
like a
think
plan.
it's more. So, well, that sounds good. So the Amazon.
I like that particular one, but you know, it's whatever you're more comfortable with. And you can
I'm not comfortable with any of them.
well, you can go down to like Best Buy or I think even Walmart will do it, where they'll have a couple of those set up, and you can kind of check them out.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
Have a lovely day, Laura.
You too. Thanks a lot for the info.
My pleasure. If you'd like to be part of the show, 520-790-2040. We'll see what we can do to help you out with whatever technology needs you happen to have. So we talked about the iPhone 7 in the last segment of the show, but there's another phone that's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this particular phone is unique.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely unique.
How about a phone that has more RAM, more processor, and probably more storage, solid state storage, than your home computer? Oh, and a nicer screen.
And a much nicer camera.
Right. So a 4K screen,
Mm-hmm.
60 megabit camera.
Yes.
Or megapixel camera. How much RAM's on that thing? 18 gigabytes of RAM?
Yes.
And
1.2 terabytes of solid state drive storage.
and that's a phone. Oh, and 24 cores.
And a slide out keyboard. I miss those so much.
Yeah, don't forget the 24 cores. This phone is a monster.
Yeah, it's like 2 of my desktop computers.
That's
Maybe 3.
Insane.
I want it so bad. And then it's got a really nice battery, too.
All right, tell me.
3,600 milliamp hours.
Yeah, so but with all those cores
Yeah.
and that nice screen, it's going to run for 8 minutes.
Graphene supercapacitor battery.
What?
And then coupled with a 2,400 milliamp hours, I don't know, Li-ion hydrogen fuel cell.
Wait, did they say there's a fuel cell in that thing?
Yes, right here. See where I'm pointing.
Yeah, it's got a
Good radio.
What?
Yep. Yeah, it's insane and I want it. But I'm probably going to have to
No, they didn't put any pricing on this thing yet.
No, they have not.
Because you probably have to,
Sell a limb.
yeah. I have
Or
an extra
kidney.
kidney.
Yeah, there you go.
Totally off that thing.
It's called the Turing monolith.
Yeah, that is.
And then there's a second word. I think it's pronounced Chacon, but I don't know.
It does look like Chacon. I'm going to go ahead and say that that's the Turing monolith Chacon.
Yeah.
That is
Expected release 2018.
That is a ridiculous specs on that thing.
And then it doesn't run on Android. It runs on something called Swordfish OS, which is a deep learning AI.
Oh, now it's a frightening phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can think really fast.
Yes.
No, not doing it. Nope, I'm keeping my kidney.
I want it.
My kidney gets nope.
I still want it.
You can have it. All right, let's take some calls here. Who's first? All right, we're going to talk to Keith. Hello, Keith. How are you?
I'm doing good, Mike. How are you guys doing?
Well, I'm frightened of this phone now, but other than that, we're doing all right.
It's a pretty easy question. I just seen that AMD upgrade, and I just bought that RX 488 gigabyte.
Okay.
The virtual reality, so I had to build a computer for it. So I built an i7 6700 4.0 with the Gigabyte G Z71 motherboard.
That's got some go.
Yeah, that thing is fast. Got DDR4 in it, 2133. My question is, I built it for my son. Now he wants to.
Why don't you just keep it? Tell him to go buy his own computer.
Yeah, I should, but I like my 7 operating systems.
You can put 7 on there.
Yeah, I know, but I've already paid for the 10, so it's
all right.
on there.
Let's go for it.
Okay, now he's wanting to know what the best graphic card for that system is.
Right now, NVIDIA GTX 1060.
The Vita. He's not the graphics card, but the goggles.
Oh, the goggles?
Yeah, because he got a RX 480 8 gigabyte.
Yeah, that one's not bad, but man, that 1080, holy moly, that's a card.
Yeah.
It's got the power of 2 of the Titans, which
Really?
is insane. Anyway, all right, as far as the goggles are concerned, a lot of it's going to depend on the types of games he wants to play.
Yeah.
All right, so I have my resident gamer expert over here, but she doesn't have any of the goggles.
No.
But is he a Steam player or
Yes,
is
he is. He downloaded a VR from Steam. He said, that thing's on there ready to go. I just need some goggles.
All right, so he probably wants a Vive.
Yep.
So what would you recommend?
The Vive.
Vive?
Yep, VIVE. Yep.
Can actually get it through Steam.
Yeah, you can buy it directly through Steam. The Vive stuff is amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
When he gets over here today, I'll tell him go there. Also, he's complaining about on that Windows 10, when he logs on, his email comes up. He wanted to bypass that.
Okay.
How does he do that?
He signs in with a local account rather than a Microsoft account.
A local account.
Right, so
Okay.
you click on Start, type User,
Okay.
and then go into the, change user settings, and there's a little link that you can click on that says, use local account instead, and then
Okay.
it'll stop doing that.
Well, that'll be easy enough for him.
Yep.
Okay. Now, my other question is here. I got another question.
All right, sure.
Is on my other 2 computers, I'm running Windows 7, and it's got, it's got the Windex, the Windows indexed option,
Okay.
and those are running at about 7.8. Do they have any of that like that on 10?
What do you mean? The indexers?
Yeah.
There's a built-in indexer.
Oh, okay. How did he get to it on 10 to see what that thing's running at?
What do you mean running at?
Well, like on the Windows index, performance index.
Oh, the
on 7.
performance index. Okay, I see
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Okay.
The performance indexer also exists in 10. I just don't know how to get to it. Hold on. Stand by. In fact, you know what? I'll look into it over the next break, and then I'll just tell you how to do it. You going to be listening?
So, yeah, I sure will, man. I don't miss your show.
All right.
Another question. I've got malware bytes on these 2 computers, my Windows 7. Got malware bytes with, the other one that you recommend.
Okay.
What is it? The Bit Defender. And then also got the Super Anti-Spyware free edition.
Yeah, get rid of that thing.
Well, I like it because it takes the cookies off.
Yeah, well, so does everything else.
Oh,
So,
does it really?
yeah.
Okay, my question is I'll be on my computer, not even online, and then my malware bytes will deactivate. Now, this is on the one I got the lifetime on,
Okay.
and it says fix now.
So it's shutting itself off?
Well, yeah, it's just disabling itself, and I'm going, what's up with this?
It sounds to me like the service is crashing. And it's updated and all that stuff? You got the current version?
It's updated. Like I said, I bought the lifetime version here about 2 or 3 years ago.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why that would be doing that. If you have a lifetime subscription, though, I
Yeah.
would talk to Malwarebytes.
I'll give them a call. But you guys are great. You really are. You helped me build all of mine, and mine are just fast, super smooth. So I'll tell my son this is what he needs to do to that i10.
Yeah, well, he needs to get himself a Vive.
That's it. That's what I'll do. Mike, thanks again. You guys are awesome down there.
Thank you very much. Have a
You bet.
nice.
Enjoy your show.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You too.
And we'll be back right after these messages. Right? Are we doing a break? We're doing a break.
Yeah. And then
So-
we have a caller.
Then we have a caller. So 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. Be right back.
Well, here it's fine if you got the time and that's it.
Your computer guru, Mike Swanson, is here to help you tame that beast of a machine. Join the chat right now at gurushow.com or call in. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOY, The Voice.
I'm nerdy in the extreme and whiter than sour cream. I was in AV club and glee club and even the chess team. Only question I ever thought was hard, what do I like, Kirk or do I like Picard? Spend every weekend at the Renaissance Fair, got my name on my underwear. They see me strolling, they laughing.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. Let's go and talk to Barbara real quick. Hello, Barbara. How are you doing?
I'm good.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm seeing on Facebook several people are selling these Amazon Fire Sticks with the Kodi that they're programming.
Yeah, there's some that have been hacked.
Yeah, it probably isn't legal, right?
Well, it's sort of. It's mostly legal, right?
And have you heard much about it? It's only $80, and
yeah,
I'm not sure what kind of Wi-Fi speed you need for it.
3 megabits per device, which is
Okay.
So that's the same thing as far as the streaming stuff is concerned. The difference with the hacked version of the Amazon Fire Stick is that it allows you to install more and different types of applications on it, other than ones that are built in directly or available through the Amazon store. I personally don't see a huge need to have the hacked one because, I mean, most of the stuff that most people are going to use is available already through the Amazon store. So it's a way of getting around paying for some stuff. And in some cases, I hear that you can get free movies and stuff out of it, which that part is definitely not legal. But I don't know that it's worth it, really, to do the hacked version. I mean, the Amazon Fire Stick is $60 retail anyway by default.
Okay. And what they're selling them for is $80.
Right, so they're doing an extra $20 for the hacked version.
Right.
And I mean, if you need one of those features, sure, I've seen those around, and I know a couple of people that have them, and they seem to like them. But for me, it just seems kind of extraneous.
Okay. And then, so I heard someone else earlier saying they only had the CenturyLink 7-speed, and that's what I have too. That'll be enough?
I find streaming to be difficult on any CenturyLink connection.
Okay.
Especially when you get into the single digits. Like if you get double-digit speed, then sure, you're going to be great. But once you get down into the single-digit stuff, I think you're going to have some problems.
Okay. And I was at Best Buy. They had a box there that would upgrade it that we could purchase. Would that be an option?
What do you mean?
Well, they sell boxes that you can upgrade your service with, but I guess you'd have to go with the company first.
I would be curious to know what that is exactly.
Okay.
Because there's no box that you're going to be able to buy that's going to make CenturyLink faster. All right.
Okay.
So, at least none that I'm aware of, unless there's some sort of magic CenturyLink box over there.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. I get probably not. Okay. I guess you've answered my questions. I appreciate it.
Thanks for the call, Barbara.
All right. Bye.
I wonder what box she's... I'm going to have to go to Best Buy and figure out what they're selling down there. I get kicked out of Best Buy every time I go down there.
Do you really?
Yeah, they don't like me down there. Because invariably, I'll end up answering somebody's computer questions. And then they kick me out. I feel bad.
They're like, are you new?
I'm like, don't listen to that guy. You don't need that antivirus. Don't buy the AMD processor. That's terrible.
What did that guy just say?
I can't believe you're telling customers this. And then they kick me out. So, all right, let's talk to Carl. Hello, Carl. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I've got a question about smartwatches. If you take a look at the normal watch, you've got the 12 o'clock at one position facing the strap, and if you rotate clockwise 90 degrees, you've got the numeral 3 facing on the stem where you use to adjust the time and so forth and so on.
Right.
Okay, so is there a smartwatch where you can rotate the dial, not the bezel, but the dial, so that the 12 is at the position where the 3 o'clock normally is? In other words, the 12 is where the winding stem is. I wear my wristwatch underneath my wrist, and that's what I'm looking for, something like that. They used to make them in mechanical watches, and you can still get them if you're willing to pay $30,000 for a custom.
You know what? That's a good question. Yeah. Now, I have a Microsoft Band that I use as my watch. It's also like, it's kind of like a Fitbit where, it keeps track of steps and all that stuff. And that's its default orientation, just so you know.
Right.
So that, if you wear it on the underside of your wrist and you look at it, it is upright, as it should be.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's an option. It's not technically a smartwatch, but...
Well, okay, so you're saying that if you wear it under your wrist, for lack of a better term, military style, that the 12 will point to where the winding stem would be on a normal watch then?
Sort of. First of all, it's digital only. It doesn't have the analog.
Okay, right.
But if you were to have your, if you're holding your hand up, your palm towards you, then the time would be upright. And so,
okay.
So that is an option there. And I think those things are great, by the way, as far as health meters go. That's amazing. Piece of technology.
Yeah, I'm looking for something that's a watch.
Now, as far as the Android watches go, there are various ways that you can modify those, and I would imagine that there is an orientation modification that's already existing for Android smartwatches.
Well, that's what I would have thought too, because it's really, I would think, trivial to be able to program that in. All you're doing is rotating the display 90 degrees. But I haven't been able to find anybody that has been able to verify that.
Okay.
And you go to talk to the salespeople, and they, never heard of that question. We haven't got a clue about that.
It looks like you
there's
can on
several.
some.
Yeah, the Samsung smartwatches apparently allow you to do it. Looks like the Apple Watch will allow you to do it, where you can just change the orientation.
I've been looking at the Apple Watch, and nobody could tell me anything about that. Now, the thing on the Samsung, I looked at those, and some of them have a rotating bezel, which is the ring on the outside, which gets some of the salespeople confused, because I'm looking at changing the display, not the bezel.
Right.
Yeah, the way that you need to pose that question is how do you change the orientation of the screen?
Right.
And so it looks like the Apple Watch does it, and it looks like all the Samsung watches do it.
Oh.
I actually found one with a list. It says a rotating watch face. FaceNet may not be much to look at, though we do like its clean and simple lines. Its main trick is that the face rotates so you can wear your watch on the inside of your wrist.
Oh, all right. So how do I get to that to find that list?
That one is a Gizmodo list.
Yeah, well...
But yeah, the way I found it was I just Googled the term, can you rotate the face of a smartwatch?
Okay, I'll give that a shot and see what I can come up with then.
Right on, man.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks for the
I
call,
appreciate
Carl.
that.
Let's go ahead and talk to Brian. Hello, Brian.
Mike, how are you?
Good.
A couple of quick questions.
Sure.
I'm running a Windows 10. I downloaded Windows 10, and I use Outlook 2010 as my email client.
Okay.
Can you not use Edge in conjunction with Outlook 2010?
For when you open links?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just set the
So
different browser.
if you go to send a link, forward a link using Edge, there's no provision, and Outlook doesn't open up Outlook 2010.
Okay, so tell me what you're doing again.
You open up a web page.
Okay.
You want to forward a link.
Right.
Normally, what I do now is I've got Internet Explorer or Chrome,
Mm-hmm.
and when I hit that, Outlook 2010 opens up so I could forward the link. But I don't see any provision in Edge. Nothing allows me to open up 2010.
Oh, if you're using Edge, you're trying to send a link and you want it to open in Outlook.
Right.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Okay.
All right, now if you're using a different browser, sure, you can make that happen.
What browser? Well, you mean as far as using Internet Explorer or Chrome?
Right. If you're using an IE or Chrome, then you go to send a link, it should open up in your
Yeah,
default mail client.
That's what I reverted back to. Okay. Next question. I've got a laptop, an Asus laptop, 2 years old.
Okay.
Would you recommend going with a solid-state drive?
Absolutely. Always.
Okay.
All machines should have solid-state drives in them, as far as I'm concerned.
Takes care of that. I've been following you guys as far as the Avast Bitdefender.
Right.
You went back to Avast again as far as the antivirus?
Right now, it depends on the machine, but Windows 10 is not happy with Bitdefender.
Okay.
Or the other way around.
Yeah, I just took that out and I put Avast back in.
Right. So on our 7 machines, we're still putting Bitdefender on. On 10 machines, we're putting either Panda or Avast.
Okay, very good. VPN service? Can you recommend one?
Was it Bear? Oh, I can't remember the name.
Teddy Bear that you guys were talking about last week?
Yeah, it was like last month we were talking about there's a VPN service. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's something Bear. I remember that.
Yeah, but I can post the links on the socials or whatever if you happen to follow us there.
How about a password manager?
Tunnel Bear.
Tunnel Bear. Okay, good. Look
Password
at you.
manager?
Password manager, I like Dashlane.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of them out there. The only one that we're not recommending is RoboForm.
Okay. I've got an Android Turbo. What would you recommend for an antivirus?
For the phone?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who's the provider?
Verizon.
Right. I don't think you need one.
Oh, okay. I had Passlook on there.
Okay.
I just wanted to see what you thought of it.
Avast makes one for phones too.
Okay.
If you want to keep in the same family there.
All right. Now I noticed on Word documents when I was running 8.1, it was stored in one directory, but now if you create a new Word document, it gets stored in another directory. Is there any way to combine the two?
You can just set your default libraries.
Okay.
So when you set your path, because you're using an older version of Outlook or of Word.
Yeah.
So
2010, I think.
it's using an older style library default, which doesn't work with, of course, 10. So you can update that in the options.
Okay. Could I transfer them, the ones that were in 8.1, to the same directory?
Sure.
Okay. Next question. What's the best way to back up Outlook email from Outlook 2010?
What do you mean? All right, so explain how your backup situation works.
Well, basically, I got Carbonite, really. That's about it.
All right, and you can't back up Outlook that way.
Right.
So you can make an offline copy. Close Outlook, copy the PST or OST. Now, if it's an OST, like who's your mail provider?
Who do I have? A good question.
All right, so if it's an OST, if you're like a MAPI mail, synchronized mail,
right,
there you can't back it up.
Okay.
Right, because you could make a copy of that file, but that file is totally useless if the account gets wiped out for whatever reason.
Okay.
So if that's the case, then don't waste your time on it. Now, if it's a PST, the extension starts the P, then you can make a copy of that, and that is an effective backup.
Okay, very good. Finally, you guys going to have offer any more Guru classes?
Maybe. We're kind of working a deal right now with New Horizons to try to scratch each other's back on this, because the truth is I don't have time for the training stuff much anymore. But we might do some special classes where we can set those up maybe once a month and see if we can get some people in there to make it worth doing.
Okay.
As far as the time to cost ratio for me, that was, I lost money every time I tried to teach people, but it's fun to do. I enjoy it, but it really comes down to I have to maximize time these days.
Right.
You know how it is.
Sure.
But thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's it. I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
We're going to take a quick break. 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. If you have like 7 questions you want answered all at once, give me a call. We'll be right back.
I went to a shrink to analyze my dreams. She says it's like
Whether you're dealing with hardware installation or, heaven forbid, a virus,
No!
Mike Swanson is answering all your questions one by one. So call in or chat in with yours. The website, gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030 KVOY.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show, 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. What?
I forgot to move my mic again.
Oh, do it now so everybody can hear it.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that silence. Didn't even
That
hear
was
it.
not silent.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Didn't hear it.
Then it didn't happen.
Nope, didn't happen.
Screenshot or it didn't happen.
Okay. What's next on our list? I think that it's a very Apple-y day today.
Yeah, it really is.
Just because, Apple.
Yeah. Big company. They do a lot of stuff.
Speaking of big companies, how about one that's getting smaller?
Okay.
Dell's decided that they're going to get rid of 2,000 people.
Yeah.
See you later, Dell. I mean, they're still around, but
Yeah.
2,000 people is barely a dent in the Dell.
It's a lot of jobs, though.
It is.
I'm sure the people who are losing their jobs find it's a big deal.
They might find that they'll just go work for HP because HP's growing. All right, that's oddly enough. Even though they said we're going to end our, residential product line altogether.
Yeah.
Which they haven't seemed to have done.
No. Kind of like one of those stores you see closing sale for like
It's
6 months.
Every furniture store in town that's going out of business for years on end.
You're so
Or the
crazy.
Zohan movie that has going out of business, and that's the name of their business.
Yeah. The going out of business furniture store.
We're so crazy. We're giving it away.
No. Anyway, Dell's getting rid of 2,000 jobs. Coming up pretty soon here. They're going away. I mean, of course, that's no ITT Tech getting rid of 6,000 jobs all at once and closing every campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, University of Phoenix is next. I can feel it.
We'll see.
Yep, we'll see. It might take them a little bit longer, but man, it's on the way.
Yeah.
The whole for-profit college thing, I don't know, man. I don't think that's the way to go. It's my feeling on this is that basically I don't think that there should be. I don't know. I'm going to get into an argument with Charles. That's what's going to happen. But when it comes to the for-profit colleges and for-profit prisons and all of that stuff, I think that it spawns corruption. And really unfair practices. So I think there's a certain amount of when you allow the human condition to control human conditions, there's going to be a problem. Just look at North Korea. We'll just go ahead and that's like a for-profit prison, sort of.
Let's just leave that right there.
Right. We're just going to leave that there. Yeah, we're not going to bother with that one.
No.
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 Although they just had a earthquake because of
more tests.
They're testing the ground to see how much radiation it can hold.
Yeah.
Turns out a lot, especially when, it doesn't really matter the quality of your drinking water or people in general.
Oh, North Korea.
It's not called North Korea. It's just Korea. It's those other people down there. No, anyway. All right. So WhatsApp has we got to get these other Apple stories out of the way. And the only problem that I have with them is that none of the rest of them are radio friendly.
They're really not.
So inside the source code for the WhatsApp, it says
Apple.
Yeah, it's spelled out a little bit more.
Yep.
There's a few more letters.
Yep.
But apparently they are not real happy.
No. And it's in like every other line of code too. It's not just once. It's throughout the code.
Yeah.
Which amuses me.
Apparently WhatsApp is not digging the Apple people right now. And I don't blame them. I mean, as far as Apple development is concerned, they're really, really a pain in the butt.
I've heard that Apple is really hard to deal with if you run apps.
Yeah. But, there's a lot of money to be made in apps.
Yeah.
So
in Android.
Yeah. Well, in both, really. You just have a lot more stuff to deal with when it comes to the Apple side, and more money to outlay, because you have to not only give them a percentage of whatever you make, but there's a pretty decent cost just to be an Apple developer and actually publish something. So, but if you've got a kid that likes to tinker, right, there's your retirement plan right there.
Go.
You teach your kid to develop apps and tell them to go for it. And make sure that you have a contract that says that they're paying for your retirement. There you go. That's like children should be. They should be making sure that the end of your life is good.
There you go.
You took care of them at the beginning, they can take care of you at the end. So
it's only fair.
Right, Tom. This is Tom approved. Tom gave me a thumbs up there. Tom likes it. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and go with number 2 here. Hello, Mark. How are you?
Hey, fine. I heard you talking smack about me earlier.
Was it smack?
I don't know if it's smack, but
Yeah, anyway. So, I have that Note 7 now, and it's the only phone I have because I got rid of my landlines, but you guys just helped me find the phone that I'm going to get next.
You're going to go get the Chacon?
Yeah, how do you spell that anyway? I got to look it up.
It's
CHACCONE.
Okay, I had it spelled wrong. Anyway, so that sounds like the next great thing.
It sounds like a car payment to me, is what that sounds like.
So we shall see. really seriously, how dangerous is this thing? Because what I hear is 35 out of 2.5 million.
What are you talking about?
For the phone.
The phone catching on fire in my pants.
Oh, yeah.
Blowing up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Only happens during charging.
Only happens during charging, so just don't charge it. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Put it
or
in
charge it in a metal container.
Right, charge it in a metal box. There you go. I really, I don't think it's that dangerous. I mean, the problem is that if it does happen, it's you're going to get hurt. So
Catastrophic, yeah.
So I think that if you're not taking proper charging precautions, then at least specific to this phone precautions, then you're putting yourself and your household at risk.
Yeah.
So if you're going to charge it in a metal box, great. But other than that, I don't know. It's probably not. You should probably find your way out of that phone in a hurry.
Yeah. Well, I called Verizon where I got it from, and they don't have any replacements in yet.
Right.
So anyway.
Well.
Okay.
Sorry to hear that. But just so you know, you were in our thoughts earlier when we were thinking about flaming phones. So there you go.
Yeah.
We do
right.
pay attention.
Yeah. Right. Well. Thanks for your show here. I guess I have to charge it in a metal box right next to a fire smoke detector or something like that.
There you go. Thanks for the call, Mark.
All right, thanks.
Let's go and talk to Charles real quick. Hey, Charles, how are you?
And you can find an inexpensive fire extinguisher on the swap shop.
Yes, you can.
I was going to tell you, I don't necessarily disagree with you about free market and education, but I arrive at it maybe a little differently. And that is, I think the free market did decide on whether or not the for-profit model works.
Yeah, I think that you're right there.
I think that you may be right. That model may not work for education. However, as long as we let the market decide whether or not that works, I don't have a disagreement with you.
Well, there you go. Charles and I agreeing on something.
Da, 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 da.
We don't disagree. It's just the question is, how do we arrive at that point? I just don't want to arrive at it through government law and rulemaking. I want to arrive at it through the free market.
I'm with
you.
you.
You may be right. That model may not work. So I just called to say I don't disagree as much as you may think.
Thanks, Charles.
All right. Have a great day.
Let's talk to Jim real quick. Hey, Jim, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
You got like a minute and a half here.
Okay, looking for an app to put a signature on a photograph.
Like a watermark on a photograph?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a bunch of those out there.
One that's relatively simple, so they're quick.
Yeah. What kind of camera do you have? Just out of curiosity.
Nikon.
All right. So I know what the Canon stuff, because I have a Canon. I know what the Canon stuff, it comes with a piece of software that allows you to just overlay signatures or, watermarks on them. Most photo editing software allows for watermarking. So almost all of them, actually.
So you think Nikon might have something already built into it?
Yeah, I think that it comes with the software suite that comes with the Nikons. Because I know I have a PowerShot, and that also comes with a piece of software that allows you to do watermarking. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, though.
Because I've downloaded quite a few apps, and you have to go through hoops and all kinds of stuff to put it on there, and then if it's not in the right spot when you go to publish the picture, it's not on the format.
What version of Office do you have? Do you have Office?
No, I have Apple.
Oh, you're an Apple. Okay. You know what? I would love to give you a better answer here. So what I'm going to suggest you do is send me an email so it reminds me. Send it to radio@azcomputerguru.com. And okay. I will send something back because I don't do it much because, well, most of my photos aren't good enough to put out into the world. But I know that I've done it on the Mac, and it was really simple. And I'll have to remember how I did it, but I will send you the instructions.
Okay. Appreciate that.
And make sure that if you're doing searching, that don't use the term signature. Use watermark. And you'll probably get better results. But, I'll send you some instructions if you send me an email, because otherwise I won't remember.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for the call, Jim.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, we'll find something to talk about. Yeah, 790-2040. Give us a call. Bye.
Computer troubles? Need some advice? Call in now. Mike Swanson will be back after these messages. The Computer Guru Show, AM 1030. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. Let's go ahead and close out with BleachBit.
Oh, yeah.
So, why does everything have curse words in it this week? All of the headlines, somebody's cursing in it.
It's a breakdown of our of humanity and morals and vocabulary.
There was a oh poopa moment that was, as it was described by the person who forgot to wipe Hillary Clinton's server.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, I was asked to do that, and I didn't. And it turns out that the only reason that we know that who and the specifics of it is because that person was offered immunity.
Of course.
What? I'm going to start cursing now. What is going on here? Oh, my goodness. I just, no. The truth is that, if I was told, hey, Mike, you're not allowed to, touch the server. You have to preserve it because, there's an investigation happening. And if I was told by the owner of the server, I want you to wipe it anyway, right? I wouldn't get immunity. That's not how that would work. What's going on with that? What's going on here, man?
There's a lot going on that we probably can't get into in 3 minutes.
No. It's a sad, sad state of affairs, though.
Oh, of course it is.
That I'm held to a different standard. I'm just saying.
Something smells.
Yep. Well,
Okay, then. All right, so
that's
enough of that subject for this week, because otherwise I'm going to get all angry about it. And
Uh-huh.
I just don't want... we don't need that. We don't need angry Mike for the rest of the day.
We want you to return next week.
That's right. I want there to be a building to return to next week.
Yeah.
That's right. So let's go ahead and take a moment to mention our sponsors, because the biggest one being me, right? I, Computer Guru, am the largest sponsor of this show.
Yes, you are.
And I would suggest that you come and visit Computer Guru for your technology needs. You need some help with your website? Bam, we can do that. You get a technology review from me if you want. Come to your office or your home and tell you, hey, this is what you need to change in order to be hip with today's standards.
With it?
Yeah, you got to be with it. If you're not with it, you're without it. New slogan. There we go. Additionally, that we can help you out with your online marketing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what we do. You can talk to Rob, and we can look at how you're advertising online and possibly save you some money. We can build you a website if you need one.
Mm-hmm.
We can take care of all of your technology needs, because that's what we do. Well. Not just do it, but we do it
great
well.
Promo.
It's the best promo ever. It's the greatest.
It is.
Just ask anyone. It's the greatest promo there ever was. But anyway, there's a cost involved with putting on this show. That's why I am the largest sponsor, because I'm the one that writes the check every week. And so if you want to help us keep the show on the air, want to help pay for the cost of bringing you information and hopefully a little bit of entertainment and not boring you to death for 2 hours every week, you can go to gurushow.com/Patreon. And if you do, you have the opportunity to be mentioned on the show. And there's one person that already is mentioned on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Who are they, Tara?
Desert Pro Commercial Cleaning LLC, the best Tucson janitorial services. You can find them at TucsonDesertPro.com.
Yes, you can. And you can also check out their work over at 64 North Harrison. You can also visit us at 510 East Fort Lowell. That's where our locations are at for getting your computers fixed. Also, thanks to Perfection Auto Works. And we will see you all next week. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Computer Guru Show. If you did, please consider sharing it with your friends and subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. Your subscription helps us reach new audiences and expand the show in new directions. Please also consider supporting us on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can help the Computer Guru Show expand into a longer format, as well as support the production of new content for this channel.